Chapter 1, Flashbulb. It was Saturday afternoon, March 2nd, 2019, in a suburb of Silicon Valley. I stood in front of my closet, half naked, confused. I was meant to be getting dressed for a work party. Lacuna Technologies was still small, just 12 employees. I'd been the first engineer hired. This was my fourth corporate adventure with our CEO, and he trusted me to build both software and teams. For this, our first company event, he'd gotten us a private room in a medium shishi Italian restaurant in Palo Alto. I recalled mention of a dress code, so I looked at the invite again. It specified cocktail attire. I puzzled over the exact definition, staring at my 2 sport coats and 3 pairs of slacks. Normally, I would consult on matters of attire with my wife, Shannon. This was her area of expertise. But she'd recently moved into an apartment in San Francisco because of her new job as lead wardrobe person for the SF production of Hamilton. At that moment, she was backstage at the Orpheum Theater working the matinee. Formal wear and I never got along. Sport coats felt like straitjackets. I willfully never learned to tie a tie. One hung forlorn and pre-tied in my closet, just in case. I always told myself, I just don't like to dress up. When Shannon and I got married in 2002, I wore the Campbell tartan kilt that Mom had bought me. I knew cocktail attire meant more than jeans and less than a tux, but that's as far as I'd gotten. And then, the most surprising thing I have ever uttered just popped out. Well, I said out loud to nobody in particular, I don't know what cocktail attire is, but I know what a cocktail dress is, and if I had one, I would wear it, and I would be adorable. Some people describe the revelation of a big idea or a perception shift as a light bulb going off in their head. This was not that. Cocktail dress was a flashbulb, one instantaneous burst of illumination, and then back to the dark. An afterimage seared into the eye, fading almost immediately. I blinked. I scrunched my brow. Wait, what? I was genuinely and deeply surprised. I did not own a dress, or anything that might be thought of as women's clothing. I had unisex trapeze tights, sure, but wearing a dress to a work function? Oh, that's absolutely crazy pants. I went to the party in a sport coat and slacks, with this unfamiliar notion rattling around in my skull. I mentioned the idea to my colleague, Victoria. You totally should have, she said. I shook my head vigorously. No way! I don't have a dress or anything to do with it. And anyway, I am not a cross-dresser. I went home and couldn't shake the thought. Where on earth did that outburst originate? The flashbulb thought of wearing a dress continued to reverberate the day following. I kept wondering where the idea came from. I mean, sure, I'd worn dresses as costumes when I'd attending performing arts camp. I even did a drag act once, and that was really fun. But one drag outing did not make me see myself any differently. This did. And then, pop, I remembered. A vivid memory came to me, flooded me. It was 1978. I know the year because 4th grade was the age at which the school district mandated long pants for boys. Mom was sending me out in 95-degree Texas heat in brown corduroy. The material would saturate with sweat and stick to my legs. I hated corduroy. In the memory, I was walking to school. The morning was already warm and muggy. I was about 40 yards behind 3 of my girl classmates wearing colorful sundresses. I liked the colors. I envied the bare legs and loose fit, and I had thought, I want to wear a dress too. Some other part of my brain, responsible for keeping me alive, took immediate notice and announced, oh, that is about as unsafe an idea as you could possibly have. You would be ridiculed, ostracized, possibly beaten, maybe even killed. You won't act on it. You won't talk about it. You'd better not even think that again loudly. I buried the notion. I buried it deep. it had taken 40 years to resurface. I had often joked about being in touch with my feminine side or a lesbian trapped in a man's body, but okay, I'd never put two and two together. I mean, what did it mean? What was different now? Did I still want to wear dresses? If so, where, when? I didn't have any answers. I kept asking questions for 3 months without acting. I hadn't confessed the secret to anyone, not even Shannon. We rarely saw each other. She'd come home from working the Sunday Hamilton matinee, and we'd have family dinner together. Monday evenings she spent with our teen, Jaden. Tuesday mornings she left for her work week. I never figured out how to raise the topic. Hey, honey, I have this weird impulse to wear a dress. Crazy, huh? In July, my curiosity got the best of me. I decided to buy a dress. But what kind? Well, little black dress was a phrase I knew as a wardrobe staple. How about one of those? I went shopping on Amazon. I looked at 30, 40, 50 dresses. One caught my eye, an A-line skater dress that had nice shoulder straps, didn't seem to require a big bust to sit well. Oh crap, what size am I? I had to go swipe a costumer tape measure from Shannon's room downstairs. My measurements didn't line with a single size of the dress, but I kind of estimated I was a size 10, or at least for this garment, a medium. I pushed the buy now button. 3 days later, I stood in front of the full-length mirror in my bedroom. I felt a mix of thrill, anxiety, and genuine curiosity. What was I doing? What would it feel like? I slipped my arms underneath the hem and hoisted the dress over my head. Getting the zipper up by myself was a struggle. I was too shy to ask Jay for help, and Shannon was in SF. I pushed the zipper up with one arm folded behind my ribs and switched to my other hand, reaching down the back of my neck. I lost myself for a moment in the mechanics of it. And then I saw myself in the mirror. Oh my God, I thought. I look amazing. It fits perfectly. I love this. Euphoria flooded me. I spun around and watched the dress flare. And then the panic set in. What the hell was I doing? Am I a cross-dresser? That word didn't feel right. I groaned in confusion. The initial surge of emotion ebbed, and reluctantly, I unzipped myself. Found a hanger, hung the dress in the closet. During the next 2 months, I did not put on my dress again. I would go to the closet each day and pick out a shirt, and get a small thrill seeing the dress hanging there. But that was it. I certainly wasn't going to wear it out in public. At least, that's what I thought.